Okay, we're looking at the Fender Blues Junior right now. I've got my Les Paul next to it so you can see how small the amp is. This is a very small amp. Okay, we're looking at the back of the Blues Junior. We're looking down on it from above. It's kind of an old school amplifier in that the knobs can be read when you're behind the amplifier. We're going to look at the controls from the right side to the left. First of all, there's only one input. I don't know if you can make that out. There's one input, and then there's the volume knob. Now this is actually the gain knob. This volume knob comes before the master volume. The more you turn this up, the more distortion you're going to get. There's a fat switch next to it, and I don't know if you can read that writing around that, but the fat switch actually gives you just a little bit more gain when you push that in, so you can get a little bit more distortion. Then we've got our treble control, our bass knob, our middle control, and there's the master volume, which is the real volume. That's where you'll want to control how loud you are. The other volume knob is really going to be to control how much distortion you get. And then we've got our reverb here, and this has a really good reverb on it for a small amplifier. I actually use this amplifier on stage, not just in the studio. It's got 112 and it's rated at 15 watts. It's a tube amplifier, and we'll look at the tubes in a second, but for 15 watts it puts out a lot of volume. Okay, we're looking inside the back of the Blues Junior. Those are the tubes. And on the left we have two power amp tubes. They're EL 84s, and then we got 12AX7s there for the preamp tubes. And there's one 12-inch speaker inside, and it only puts out 15 watts, but boy does it rock. Okay, this camera won't do it justice as far as the tone controls are concerned. But over here is our master volume, and here's our regular volume. This is the one that controls the distortion. I've got the treble, the mid-range, and the bass on what I call 12 o'clock, straight up and down. Got them in the middle. The amp should already sound good with all the tone controls in the middle. If you have to adjust the tone controls all over to get good sound, then look for another amp. The amp should already sound good when it's in the middle. That gives you the most control. I've got the reverb on 50%, got the volume all the way up so that we'll get some distortion, bringing up the master just a little. I don't know if you can tell, but that's only on 1. Now, by adjusting what says volume, this says master. That's going to control the actual volume. The one that says volume controls the gain. Now it sounds nice and clean. And that's on both pickups. Treble pickup, both pickups, bass pickup. Tone controls in the middle, leaves you a lot of leeway to adjust. Now, if I bring this up to where I get distortion, then I have to turn this one back down. And we've got the fat switch that drives it even more. So we can go from clean to distortion all in one amp.